Well, just aim and shoot, or just party matches. Although the spawn system is terrible. Can't complain though, the headquarters, what? I may as well just embrace the stupidity. The infected game mode is back. I think it's really good that they just have these game modes available instead of having like one a week like Call of Duty games used to do. Or don't let the enemy build their breach. If your players with these dumbass uniforms breaks. At this point, I think a lot of people are kind of tired of the same game modes, and as great as a classic Team Deathmatch game is, there's a reason it's a classic. Team Deathmatch will be timeless, because there will always be new gamers getting their first Call of Duty, and like some of the gameplays I've shown, World War II can provide soundtrack. The first time I heard this opening theme, I was blown away by how dramatic and intense it is, but being subjected to it every time I go onto the menu drives me insane. And I know some of you are saying, just mute the audio. But in game, there are moments where the music really makes fights feel more dramatic and enjoyable. And Sledgehammer decided to not add the option to mute the main menu music, so I have to deal with it. And the Axis' team music is, God, do I want to say it's pretty scary? I don't like it. I feel in reflection, I really didn't give COD World War II much of a chance when I first bought it. The game does offer a lot, but by the time they got it right, me and a lot of other people lost interest. Black Ops 4 will definitely take most people off World War II, and World War II will go off the radar for the majority of players. But with all the new game modes now offered, excluding cosmetic items, COD World War II is pretty decent, and I'd recommend giving it a try. If you felt like you regret your COD World War II purchase, maybe try the game now and see how you feel. As with a lot of games like COD, I'd definitely say playing this would be a better experience with a friend or two. It makes matches like Infected a lot more fun. I won't get into the topic of zombies, as that's not really my area of specialty, but I've heard apparently the opinions are mixed, so let me know how you found it in the comment section. Now, because obviously I didn't play over the entire course of 2018, I also want to hear from the players that did. Was it a smooth climb through the year with content? Please let me know. Sledgehammer seems to have been very consistent with the content through the past year, and still have community activities going on in-game right now, so now could be the best time to visit. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be really appreciated, and if you want to watch any more content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to support my channel further, please consider checking out my Patreon page where you can find rewards and other bonuses. I also want to quickly thank Into the AM for sending me this cool t-shirt. I really wanted to show it you guys properly, but green screen. Anyway, they have loads of awesome designs.
I can't even do this. Oh, it's 7.
Okay, I think it's time that I spoke about the microtransactions in Black Ops 4 because it's becoming a bit of a piss take. For starters, no, I haven't bought COD points this year and I don't ever plan on it either. I also want to quickly say that I love the multiplayer, okay? This isn't supposed to be some video that's hating on Black Ops 4 in general, but I think something that's casting a big shadow over Black Ops 4 right now is the black market, and I'm a bit worried. If you agree with anything I say in this video, by the way, I'd really appreciate it if you could press the like button. It might help the video share to people who don't really know what the deal with the black market is. I'll be real straight away and just say, money-related problems aren't exactly a stranger to the Call of Duty franchise, whether that be pay-to-win features, machines, worse than hashtag a different shaped gun that shoots slower or faster is gonna mean nothing. During this blackout, Call of Duty YouTubers wanted to spread the message to their viewers that supply drops needed to change, you know, strength in numbers and all that. Well, the further we got into 3's life cycle, Treyarch actively added more and more meta-changing weapons to the black market exclusively. Treyarch did add a lot of cosmetic skins as well, but the scale of ranged and melee weapons exclusive to supply drops was so high that there is now more loot box based content than there is in the base game. And it's even more painful. These supply drops basically just give you because I just didn't do an idea on how comes. But it's important we don't forget this old stuff. Then again, I say old, they were still reselling a fucking map pack for Black Ops 3 exclusive to PS4 in June 2018. And surprise, they're remasters. Slums, Jungle, Summit and Firing Range are all on Black Ops 3, but you could only play them if you pre-ordered Black Ops 4.
Get immediate access to Back in Black maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 only when you pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from PlayStation Store.
Scummy as fucking totally inconsiderate of the Xbox and PC community, especially when you consider the map pack was sold as a nostalgia tool. But anyway, since Black Ops 4 came out, I actually haven't made that many videos on its controversial subjects, and that's been primarily due to how constant these subjects are taking place. As a gamer and YouTuber, I should be praising and thanking these greedy publishers, because it gives me excuses to make videos. But man, COD has too many problems right now, it's hard to keep up with. This year round, Black Ops 4 is following the Battle Pass system that Fortnite uses, apart from, of course, they're completely exploiting it under the name Contraband. And Activision managed to snake in supply drops under the name Reserves. So, with Fortnite you can progress through tiers by playing or completing challenges. With Black Ops 4's Contraband, all progression is based on playtime.
All you need to do is play, and you'll get access to some of the best items in the game.
Each one of these ranks takes about an hour to complete, and the mediocre rewards Treyarch provide for this stream are some of the most boring, plain and childish rewards I've seen. But I suppose people think this system is okay now because they added a daily tier skip and a temporary speed boost event. No, it's not okay. It just went from a shit to a wet fart. And I think what pisses me off the most is that some of the rewards aren't even relatively new. You know the Muertos theme which is scattered through the system? It's been in Black Ops 3 already. I went back to look at some of my old gameplay videos and look, my specialist is wearing that bloody bone style and this was from 2 years ago. I suppose someone might defend them and say, they always reuse weapon camos from past games, so doing so with outfits is fine. Wake up and smell the bacon. The weapon camo challenges are a great easy system for players, which is why nobody complains about them returning every year. But the thing is, we all know it's possible for Treyarch to do the same with Black Ops 4's specialist outfits, because they already had a much better system in 3, where you could unlock outfits and unique headwear just by completing challenges alone. The Contraband stream is terrible in comparison, because the rewards have just been stuffed in using the infamous supply drop system, so you can't even grind for a particular character. Counting upwards on a big list of random drops shouldn't be how progression works, and plonking a couple of visible rarity items through it isn't fair, especially when some of these rare items don't even live up to their label. Like, how is blue camo rare? Why is the colour blue now rare? The sky is blue, for God's sake. How are Treyarch really going to identify a colour, a primary colour, as rare? If you think this was the worst as well, you'd be wrong. Take a look at the shop version of these skins versus the free progression version.
Señor Patrick.
I need my glasses.
Le recorté también.
The only difference I see is that a couple of colours are added, and the paid version is shinier. This is what happens when a publisher forces its developers to push out content, no matter the quality. I'm pretty sure once this season thing ends, there will be some more creative ideas in the future, but selling skins like this right now is totally unacceptable, when these are the most basic designs that should be free to unlock. And don't get me started on the fact you can simply buy the gold theme now instead of earning it. They're literally using a free-to-play model on an already costly video game, selling customizable items that are completely inferior to the awesome designs offered years prior. Like, can we just get some helmets back? One contraband stream wasn't enough on a $60 to $200 video game, they've also made purchasable contraband streams available where you can unlock items you probably should have got with the game. Oh wait, one of the rewards was a pre-order bonus weapon that people supposedly got exclusive when they pre-ordered from specific retailers. They also resold a weapon skin that was already in players' inventories for some time too. Do Treyarch and Activision really expect us to be perfectly fine with them reselling people content they already owned? Well, actually, they do. I really think everything going on right now with these atrocious offers and scummy practices are completely intentional. Take the contraband stream, for example. At first, when people were realizing that the progress relies on playtime and solely that, people complained, and by some miracle, Treyarch fairly quickly implemented a daily bonus tier system. You're telling me they couldn't have had that in the game from the very start? Seriously? I'm pretty sure Infinite Warfare and COD World War II had daily login bonuses, and that was for 2 years straight. And it's not like the daily tier really changes much either. You still have to play hours on end to keep earning loot, which is exactly what Activision wants so they can show off to their investors how much time people are spending on their games. Yeah, if you didn't know, it's all about the longest playtime at the moment. It's exactly what Activision Blizzard's investors are interested in.
Total active users in the first 2 weeks are up 16% over Black Ops 3 with strong growth across all modes, and engagement in hours played is up over 20% versus Black Ops 3.
I wonder why.
We wanted to make a game that players would just keep playing for a long time because that's really what it boils down to, and I think that's the simplest answer.
So far this may seem like I'm rambling about the same microtransactions everyone else is complaining about, but I'm actually more concerned for what's to come of the black market for the rest of Black Ops 4 in the long term. I'm not here whining for the sake of it just to have people whine back in the comments that I'm just another person moaning, because I'm genuinely worried. My feelings come from a place of love for a game that I've played my whole life, and with Black Ops being my favourite series, it's just sad to see what's become of the monetization side of it since season passes were first introduced. There is bound to be weapons added to Black Ops 4 in the next few months or so, and they'll probably be locked behind some type of paywall. Granted, if they did this, it would be 10,000 times better than them being locked behind an incredibly low probability supply drop. Then again, the weapon variants right now already take ages to unlock in the contraband stream because of how long it takes to even unlock a fucking tier. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about weapons being added to the game. I'm all fine with getting more content, getting more guns to use. I'm more worried about the way we're going to earn them, and I'm more worried about the weapon.
Why does this dude invite me, bro? Like, what a bot. He's live on Twitch right now. Oh my God. Trolling my friends part 2.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, bro?
I'm gonna box you.
Oh, shit, man.
Mouse and keyboard, bro. You're using mouse and keyboard on console. Yeah, you're using mouse and keyboard on console, dude. What the fuck?
Holy shit, man.
Yo, you might get shit on.
Wasn't I hacking a second ago? Sorry.
You guys hacking, bro. Look at him. Look at me hacking. Look at that.
This is so fake quality. He's not even good, bro. He's not even good. He's not even good, bro. Oh god.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video today, and I'm going to be playing the
Dr. Kerr dog.
This is my voice after not talking for a whole day. This is my voice after not talking for a whole week. This is my voice after not talking for a whole month.
Do you know the YouTuber Musulk? You sound exactly like him.
What's going on, guys? Good to really help me improve my game, and right at the top was this one. I will play Fortnite with you and coach you on how to play and win. He had an average rating of 5 stars, with 7 people rating him, and his bio was, well, as you can see here, want to go from noob to pro. I'm an 11-year-old player with over 180 wins, 10,000 kills, and I'll show you how you too can become a better player. Now, guys, I don't...
Go get him, dude. No. Go get him. No. I believe him. What? There it is. Fun, bro. I feel so bad, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
He's gonna push you off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get too high.
I can't shoot you. I can't hit. Oh! You should have told me to go for pump.
Oh, what? 2 guy on me?
Hello there. Make sure to stick around and to be honest, films like smaller Marvel Studios actually built the first Iron Man armor and created Mark II and III from the waist up.
The first half hour of being in the Iron Man suit is like the coolest Halloween you ever had, except you're alone in the trailer before they call you on a set or whatever, or you're getting ready and you just catch a glimpse and you go, that's right. Grandma'd be proud.
What they couldn't do in real life or what didn't look too clean, they fixed in post with visual effects. That's why Iron Man's suit in the first Iron Man looked genuinely photorealistic, because they actually built the Iron Man suit. But for some reason, for the next few movies such as Iron Man 3, Avengers Age of Ultron, Civil War, and Infinity War, they also built the Iron Man suit, but it was less refined. They used the Iron Man armor sculpt just to know where Iron Man was in the scene, and to capture the lighting of the scene, so they could replicate the environment and lighting conditions in CGI modeling software to make it look like Iron Man is really there. And it's not just Iron Man. Marvel has started replacing practical work with visual effects for almost everything. So yes, Marvel has a CGI problem. It's not that their CGI looks fake all the time or it looks terrible. It's just that sometimes it sticks out. The visual effects for Marvel movies are usually so well integrated into the scenes that whenever something looks not as refined or not as well animated, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And this isn't me saying CGI is bad or VFX is bad in any way. It's essential to creating a blockbuster film at this point, and it really makes things look that much more spectacular. Incredible visual effects are used everywhere in Marvel movies. You don't even notice. They're usually implemented in these films in places you wouldn't even imagine. But there's also cases where visual effects are overutilized. This became truly apparent to me when Avengers Age of Ultron came out, and I saw Iron Man's final suit in that movie. It looked like a PlayStation 4 game, and it does look pretty bad. So bad that it makes Ultron look good. But Ultron also looked pretty bad, and I'm talking about his final form here. See, Ultron looked rather good. There were a lot of intricate pieces, and he had lights inside his body, giving a creepy effect, and then he put on some weird vibranium armor, and that vibranium armor looked like it had specular roughness set all the way up. The metal looked extremely matte, and not really metal. It looked like he had craft foam on his body. Even Hulk was more beautiful in the first Avengers film, and in Age of Ultron, he looked slightly less good somehow. And then in Ragnarok, he also looks slightly less good. Either way, what I just mentioned isn't really enough to take you out of the movie. I'm not entirely sure if Iron Man 3 was the cause for Marvel being overly reliant on CGI, but when Iron Man 3 came out, there were a bunch of Iron Man armors that were never built, and they were all CGI, and maybe, just maybe, Marvel realized that, hey, We don't need to make everything practically, and decided to start getting VFX companies to do everything. In Ant-Man, the same thing that happened in Iron Man 3, fully CGI armors, and Avengers Age of Ultron, a fully CGI Iron Man suit, happened here. Marvel created the Yellow Jacket suit, which is a completely CGI suit. This was never made. There is no actor underneath a black and yellow suit. Here, they did a pretty damn good job. This pretty much is perfect. But after Phase 2, the CGI gets a little bonkers. For example, Spider-Man's costume? CGI, baby. Now, if I'm being honest, it looks gorgeous, but next to the other characters, it sticks out at times. They actually built a costume, a real one, which looks so much better than what they ended up with. Not the design, but the fact that it actually looks tangible. When you look at it, you feel as if you can grab it. Spider-Man's suit in Civil War doesn't really feel this way. Even more awkward is the Iron Man suit in Civil War. They straight up covered the practical armor sculpt with CGI, not only making it look that much more fake, but making it appear as if Robert Downey Jr.'s head is floating on the Iron Man suit, when here, it looks real. Because, you know, it's actually there. And then we get to Spider-Man Homecoming, which debuts arguably the best Spider-Man suit ever made on screen, and then completely covers it with CGI that is very frustrating to look at. Not necessarily because the CGI is poor, because, I mean, come on, even though it looks strange at times, it's better than most of the CGI in movies these days. It's because they had a perfectly fine Spider-Man suit that had been tailored to fit Tom Holland, and it was beautiful, and it was covered up. There's a shot in the trailers that have Tom Holland as Spider-Man climbing the Washington Monument, and you can see this scene in behind-the-scenes footage. And in the film, it's completely replaced with CGI. What was the point? So that begs the question, if you're just going to replace an actor, then why bother even having Tom Holland on set? Just have him record lines at his studio. In my opinion, this looks much better than this. And then there's a close-up of the suit, and it does not look great. This drone looks even worse. They could have made an actual model of this drone and only animated the legs, but they decided to make the entire thing CG. And look, I for one love Spider-Man Homecoming, but you can critique what you love. I think they made the homemade suit look perfect and legitimately photorealistic. That is CGI, not the real suit. But the main suit can look very fake at times. Not all the time. Most of the time it actually looks pretty decent. But there's plenty of times where it just doesn't work. Now let me do a side-by-side comparison of the Homecoming suit when it's CGI and when it's the actual suit with touch-ups in post to make the eyes move and remove wrinkles. The biggest reason why the Homecoming suit doesn't work is because the suit is meant to pretty much stick onto Peter's body. You know in comic books when superheroes are pretty much naked if they didn't have suits on? Like you can see the anatomy of the body? That makes no sense, right? It's cool, but in real life that doesn't really work. Well, they applied this to the Homecoming suit. There are literally no wrinkles on this suit, no creases or anything. And that is pretty much near impossible in real life. Why the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit looks that much better is because they allowed the suit to wrinkle and flow. It actually seemed like something on top of a human body, and wind reacted to it.
And notice the wrinkling detail in his suit. The new suit design is much looser than it was in previous iterations, so full-on cloth sim gave us the opportunity to bring out another layer of detail. With wrinkles driven not only by his movement, but also react to the environment, like fluttering in the breeze during freefall.
This does not happen with the Homecoming suit, because, again, it's stuck to Peter's body. That's why the homemade Spider-Man suit looks that much more practical and realistic, because since it's such a baggy suit, it makes it feel way more tangible than something really smooth.
Oh my